was a lovely sleep. All 60 days of it. Hello everyone. Yes, it is me again, and yes, yet another gameplay video strictly for shits and giggles. Alien Isolation. Those of you who know me incredibly well know I really do love this game, and I do mean I love it. It has its flaws, sure, and I'm not one to discard that, but really, when it comes to quality survival horror, this has to be one of the best titles. It feels very much in the strain of Ridley Scott's film, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like a very sort of cheap cash grab like, say, Aliens Colonial Marines was, which, by the way, was allegedly supposed to be a canonical follow-up to Aliens. So, there you have it. And, yeah, as you can see with me sort of moving the camera around, the detail in this game, this is on my PS4, just for reference. Yeah, it's exemplary. This game really has nailed the aesthetic of the 1979 film. Look at that retro-futuristic look, and the cryopods. I love how they're not, you know, really sterile. They look like they've been used quite a few times, but they've remained, you know, reasonably, you know, kept. So yeah, let's just have a bit of walk around, and pick some stash. Find blueprints to help you craft items and collect. Yeah, another main great component of this game is the crafting system. Although it really does depend on what difficulty you play on, crafting in this game really does teach you the benefits of being frugal with your supplies. And even though it can be incredibly harsh and demanding at times, it's mainly only because it's to really test your resolve. And if you are committed to the game, and if you are able to learn from the mistakes that you do make, the game does reward you, just in very, very subtle ways. Okay, so we're just moving in into the bunk room. Get more supplies. Thank you. I would love to sort of, you know, move around a space like this. Just really, really homey, and oh yep, that's the registration point, and yes, that is a phone. This is wonderful. Just pick this. And by the way, I'm just playing this on the hard difficulty, which is the recommended difficulty. It's funny because the game seems to have that much faith in you that you won't screw up, but you know, this game is all about trial and error. You learn from your mistakes. Well, that's more or less the general idea. And yes, we're gonna have a lovely shower. Like I said, I've just had a 60-day sleep in hypersleep, so I think I'm entitled to it. I've also wondered, like, what would it be like to go to the toilet after you've spent so much time in stasis? I would imagine, like, you need to take something, some sort of bowel loosener, or a stool sort of softener. I'm sorry, I'm getting too far off topic here. I really do apologise. But yeah, it's kind of cool they have these little interactive things. That's good. Okay, do a squat. Get those glutes in walking order. Yep. So yeah, you are playing as Amanda Ripley, Alan Ripley's daughter. And yes, she is quite the badass. Even though you're playing this game through her point of view, like first person, you do become very attached to her. And as she goes through the game and faces down the alien threat and sort of faces her plight of trying to find her mother, it is emotionally investing. But without going too far into spoilers, there is a moment of which could have benefited from seeing Amanda's third-person reaction, to actually have seen her face, but I won't give that away to those of you who have not yet played this game. Look at these computers, man, that's great. I love how they put these little details in these things. It's like the retro-futuristic version of the email. And you notice the person who sent this letter is called Blaine. Now that's more than likely just a complete coincidence, but you know, Blaine was one of the characters in the first Predator film, played by Jesse the Body Ventura. I like to think maybe he's gone on, but yeah, it's a coincidence. Okay, all right, so cool. All right, off we go. We're dressed. Now let's move about the ship. Hello, spacesuits. Hello, airlock. Alright. Moving in here. The medical bay. And there is Samuels. Hey, what up?
Ah, Ripley.
Samuels, did you wake up early?
Well, I don't really need as much sleep as the rest of you. I was just inspecting the Torrens facilities. A well-maintained ship. I realize it's a very similar model to...
The Nostromo.
Yes, M-Class. A later pattern, but close in spec.
I've worked engineering jobs on ships like this.
Of course. Is Taylor up yet? She's not a seasoned traveler. Hypersleep may have been punishing for her.
Haven't seen her. I'll go check on her.
Yeah, as you can notice when the characters speak like that, it does look very, very fake. And it doesn't take me out of the game, so to speak, but I can understand why some people would have their gripes with that. So let's have a quick look around the medbay. It is pretty much a replica of the Nostromo, where Ash was working on the facehugger in that sequence, like with Kane lying on that bed there. Excuse me. Ooh, interact button. What does this button do? Nice crash cart. It's amazing how this is meant to be so far in the future, but it still has stuff that's completely recognizable to us. You even have like a low-tech wheelchair. It's amazing. Alright, Samuels. Now, let's go and check on Taylor, the legal exec. Ah, these hallways, man. It's gorgeous. The game is incredibly consistent with its aesthetics. If there's no other good thing to say about it, Alien Isolation always will look fantastic. There we go. There she is. Hello.
Taylor, good morning.
Ripley, it's certainly not good. I very much doubt it's morning either. Sorry. I feel like death. I don't know how you people put up with hypersleep regularly.
You get used to it.
I don't do long haul very often. Most legal execs don't travel further than the coffee machine.
I'm surprised Weyland-Yutani felt the need to send legal at all.
The loss of the Nostromo and its cargo cost the company a lot of money. It's important we find out what happened. If I can close the case with a conclusive accident report, it'll look great with my superiors. I'm sorry. That was insensitive. Realize your mother has been missing for 15 years, and you...
It's okay. We'll both get what we want, right?
Have you seen Samuels? He's probably been up for hours.
All personnel to the bridge.
Go and open this here.
Looks like we're up.
Yeah, you can kind of see the scanty detail with some of the items on the table here. But it's always going to be like that. You shouldn't let these things really impede your enjoyment of the game. It can be a little bit distracting, sure, but the more you concentrate on them, the less that you tend to enjoy what you're playing. Let's have a look over here. I've always been curious about these things. Like, how would they have, you know, kept these long-lasting food products so fresh? Now, these are obviously made by some sort of supplement. I don't know how food in space should be processed, but I do assume that when you have this very sort of simple food that is full of carbohydrates and protein, it's meant to make sure that the human body is able to recalibrate itself after so long in hypersleep. I'm assuming like maybe you have to have something very, very soft to begin with to sort of ease it up on your belly. But once again, I don't know any of these things. Yeah, look at these little notes. That's cool. Hazard tested. You probably already saw those in the dressing room where we were before, but yeah, it's still pretty cool. Look at the tapes. I love it. Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah. Ooh, thrust. That's a naughty. That's a naughty. Hello, this is God. You're all going to die. That'll be quite enough of that. Really nice. Another computer, more food, cookies and crackers, porridge oats and stuff, tea. Coffee. There is no shortage of coffee in like the, the 22nd century. Love it. Yeah, and I think we've pretty much seen all there is to see. Let us get a move on, shall we?
Hope you
Hello.
all had a restful journey.
The Torrens is in very good order for an old M-class captain.
She was a wreck when I bought her. Took a few years and a lot of contracts to refit. She pays for herself now.
You said we're approaching Sevastopol Station. Are we docking?
I believe your contact is Marshal Waits, is that right? I'll hail Sevastopol and arrange boarding with him.
Good. Let's get this done.
Don't worry, Miss Taylor. Routine. In and out. Connor, how we doing?
SMG loaded and
Shut up,
calibrated.
Jack!
Approach vector
There's no
lock.
dogs in space!
Retcon so I can say hello.
Sorry,
Channel
guys.
open, Captain.
Does everyone have their briefing documents?
You can watch the approach on the monitors.
Look at all these seats on the captain's bridge. Now, when you go into that hypersleep chamber where we started, there was about seven or so cryostasis chambers, but these are a lot of seats. Well, maybe I'm assuming, people just want to move around and sit someplace else every now and again just to change it up. I love how that the captain is just wearing like a casual sort of paisley sort of shirt. Like, she's still wearing the jersey for the ship, but it's very, very informal. It really does harken back to Tom Skerritt's a very informal outfit in Alien. And there's the mother computer. Unfortunately, we can't access that. Moving back out. There's Taylor. How you doing, girl? Samuels. Space. Nothing is more beautiful, magnificent, yet scary as fuck as space. And even though we have so much to learn about the world, what's also beyond is really curious to me. I mean, you could, get lost out there forever and no one knows where you are because space is absolutely infinite, but it doesn't stop it from being so damn gorgeous. And just over there, that's where we're going. So, without further ado, I am going to end this video now, and thank you again for watching. Goodbye.